Welcome to this brief introduction to Canusia. Canusia was founded in 2011 as a tech spin-off from Syracuse University. Since its inception, Canusia has focused on providing customized software solutions to concurrent and dual enrollment programs all over the US. We have worked with community colleges, four-year public and private institutions to develop these customized solutions. We, in the implementation process, focus on understanding your workflows and leverage our extensive experience working in higher ed to provide a tool that is intuitive and meet all your security and program requirements. We welcome you to visit our website, canusia.com, to sign up and view this demo portal in action. This next few slides provide you a quick overview of how flexible the system is in meeting your requirements. This view provides the landing page of the system that we developed for Salt Lake City Community College. You will notice that the MyCE program at Salt Lake City Community College has 8 different portals or entry points to meet the specific requirements of their stakeholders. This next graphic is the portal called Explore EC that we developed for all the public university college system at the University of Maine. This graphic represents how we envision the system working to meet your specific requirements. At the core of it, Canusia works with you to understand your workflows and understand your pain points to develop the tools to solve those requirements. Your stakeholders, students, faculty members, teachers, and high school administrators have a unique set of requirements, and we focus on those. Apart from that, the system also provides tools to help you with your recruiting efforts. It has CRM-like features where you can add notes and keep logs of all the activities that you perform. It also has a specific set of tools to help you to meet your reporting needs, as well as your NACEP accreditation goals, be it maintaining your accreditation or seeking new accreditation. These are some of the key features that Canusia system provides. The customizable online application form helps you with online registrations. So we have the ability to add or remove fields that you might need. We also provide a robust course search to allow your students to easily find the appropriate courses that they're interested in. We have the ability for your students to search by the type of course, the duration of the course, the modality of the course, the day of the week the course is running. There's also features that allow the system to collect electronic signatures and consent. This can be used to collect consent from students, from their parents, as well as recommendations from high school administrators and counselors. The same feature can also be used in the teacher application process to collect recommendations from principals, district administrators, or from other individuals. The system also has a way to collect in a secure way documents that you might need to process the applications, be it transcripts, test scores, syllabi, assessment documents. We also provide an automated way to reach out your stakeholders through automated text messages and also HTML email templates. There's also a module that will allow you to securely collect online payments and integrate that as part of your online application process with your students. We also provide the ability to integrate with your bursars to enhance or use the features that your college might already have. A robust teacher and guidance approval process allows you to collect teacher applications and also maintain histories of onboarding as well as teacher certifications. We provide the ability for the system to have multiple steps in this teacher approval process. So for example, the approval process can automatically start with the approval request from the appropriate liaison of the course. Once they have approved it, it can go to the department chair, and then from there it can go to other individuals like the dean or whoever might need to be the next person in line to verify it. We also have modules to help you with roster verification to make sure that the teachers sign off and say the roster is accurate. This can help with instances where a student might come back and say, I completed the application, but I was not registered for credit. We also have features that will allow you to manage the drop and withdrawal requests all online. The other feature that Canusia provides is the integration with your college information system. We provide either a real-time integration, or we provide the ability to integrate and exchange data through flat files like text files, CSV files, or in any other format that your enterprise system team might require. The idea behind providing this flexibility is to leverage any existing features that your IT has already provided to minimize the impact and also the time commitment that their team would have to provide towards the integration of the system. All the settings, like when the registration opens, when it closes, the email templates, what messages you're sending out to your students, to your teachers, are all controlled by the client and can be changed at any given point without having to reach out to us. Canusia provides all these customized features, and on top of that, it provides round-the-clock support and maintenance of the system. So our team actually works like your own IT in terms of maintaining the system. This also reduces the burden that your IT has to incur in maintaining the system. We encourage you to visit our website at canusia.com to sign up and view the system in action. This next few videos are some testimonials from our existing clients regarding their experiences of working with us and the benefits of using the system to help maintain and grow their program.
Hi, my name is Mike Daniels. I'm the Director of Concurrent Enrollment and the Dean of Students at Snow College. Snow College is a 2-year school in the Utah Higher System of Education system. We're in Central Utah. We're one of the smaller schools in Utah, but we deliver concurrent enrollment statewide. And so I just wanted to share just briefly just my experience with Canusia and how it's worked for us, how we've made it work, and how our partners really enjoy the product in itself. Canusia really has been a game changer for Snow College. We had the difficulty of not being able to provide data to our partners at the high school level because of FERPA and data restriction issues. And so what we were able to do is we were able to bring on Canusia. We actually named it MyCE, so people know it as MyCE anywhere we go. If you want to check it out, it's myce.snow.edu. And really what it gives our partners access to their students' data that they need. So what classes they're registered for, the facilitators and counselors at the high schools and the teachers can know exactly what students are registered for what college classes. It also allows them to upload information to our database, whether it be ACT scores or transcripts or drop or add cards, whatever that may be. And so it's really provided us a way to partner with our partners in a way that they need it. For years and years, they kept telling us, we need access to our students' data. And back in the day, every Monday, we would send them out a class roll, and that's what we could provide them. And then we would get dozens and dozens of phone calls throughout the week saying, hey, we dropped this student. Can you make sure that they're dropped? Or we added this student. Since bringing on Canusia or MyCE, that's all gone away. It's opened us up to be able to focus on things that really we need to focus our attention on. Rather than sending out class rolls and confirming registrations, we're able to advise students, we're able to work with students, we're able to counsel students. And that's really been an effective way for us to use MyCE. This is something they've been asking for years. It's something we've finally been able to deliver on, thanks to Canusia. We did do a search for software similar to Canusia. We just couldn't find a platform that really worked the way we needed it to. And the one thing that was really attractive about Canusia is that they overpromised and over-delivered, which you don't get very often. So that was something that was a pleasant surprise. Anything we've ever brought to Canusia, they've been able to tackle, handle, and get us the end product that we need. It's amazing. You say, well, I need this, and we need it to look like this and do this. And sure enough, the brains behind Canusia are able to do that. And so we were confident going with Canusia because of Canusia being able to customize what we needed. It wasn't like a cookie cutter solution. It was a solution that allowed us to share our needs and what we needed this software, this platform to accomplish. And then Canusia was able to deliver on that. And so it's been something that we've shared with other schools, other institutions in Utah. They've come on board. We've shared it at conferences, and people are just amazed with what Canusia is able to do and able to accomplish. And that's why I think it's become such a popular resource for people. Just the other day, I was sharing with our IT folks and our computer folks about the software and the value that we're getting, in relation to the investment is just unheard of in the industry. And so we see the value, we see the reliability, the confidentiality, and just the user friendliness of the platform just really made it a game changer when we brought it into our administration and rolled it out to our partners. And we have dozens and dozens of high schools and school districts across the state of Utah using it day in, day out, more than we use it, because it's that resourceful and it's that's good of a resource for those partners. And so we're just happy to partner with Canusia. We're happy to share information with other institutions and other school districts that want to bring Canusia on because of just how valuable it is of a resource for us and our partners.
Thanks, Mike. My name is Amy Hubbard, and I'm the Executive Director of the Early College Program at the University of Maine System. And what that means is that we have 7 universities, and we were looking for a product to help us manage enrollment, align with NACEP, and I was also tasked with having our campuses, all 7 universities, align our procedures and processes. So when we were seeking a vendor to provide registration software, we were also looking for NACEP. We were really looking for something that was customizable based on our workflow. And keep in mind, we had to have 7 universities agree to that workflow. So it was certainly challenging. And that was really significant for us, was we would be able to talk to the vendor, explain what our procedures were, what our processes were, what the state policy is, how things get paid, how things get billed, and then design the process around that. And that has been significant for us. There was definitely some hesitation in the beginning, but as Mike described, the platform is so easy to use. So people would say, we want training manuals, we need this, we need to have webinars, and people would get into the system and realize you really didn't need all that. It really does walk you through step by step. And that has been key. We designed it that the students drive the process, because it's really important for us that students take the lead. And students literally log in and are able to complete all of those steps with very little. We still provide directions, but we have very few issues. If there are issues, most of the time it's user error. COVID was really significant for us. We had our record enrollment that year, and being able to have all of the applications processed online was very significant for us, but it was also significant for our partners. So we use the system not only for concurrent enrollment, but for online and in-person courses. And so obviously last year was all online, but being able to respond to the needs of our schools as they were going to hybrid models and they were canceling classes at the high school, those high schools were reaching out to us for that resource. And the fact that we were able to flawlessly, literally process all of those applications at our highest enrollment ever was really significant for us. I would say also the system really does help build a bridge between our universities and our stakeholders, so much so that we reached a tipping point where some of our school partners would say, we really like the system better, and the community college system is using paper applications, and we want to just work with you. And we have a really good relationship with our community colleges, and we value that relationship. And so I said, well, that's really not going to work, but let me talk to our community college partners. So I will introduce Mercedes and let her explain how the community college got on board with our system. Our system is called Explore EC, so we did customize. That's our branding. It's called Explore EC, and the community college has a different branding.
Yes, thank you, Amy. So my name is Mercedes Poor, and I am the Director of College Access for Maine's 7 community colleges. And we sit as like a sister institution with our universities here in Maine. The others have done such a great job of explaining kind of what Canusia does. I will say, yes, all of that and more, because not only did we have 7 community colleges and 7 universities working in this space, we were also working with a very unique funding system, and we were charged with the state to manage that funding system. That's not exactly what Canusia is set up to do, but the company was able to respond to our very unique problem and really tweak the platform so that it could do this, so that we could honor our responsibility for how our activity was funded in a way that was transparent to our partners and transparent across the community colleges and the universities. What this has done for our advising alone has been transformative. Now we see a record of a student's early course taking activity without having to go into another platform or change. It's all right there for the counselor to see, for the parent to see, for the student to see, and for the staff member to see. So very quickly, we're able to see if the next course is appropriate for that student, or it seems to be a little bit of a departure, or as sometimes happened when we were using paper, it's a duplicate course. Canusia has stopped all of that. We also were so fortunate to be embracing this platform during COVID. We were a little bit late as we were just getting in during 2020, 2021. We're pretty new. We're jumping in full on this fall of fall 21, but the change from paper to electronic has been transformative. The flow of information now is much more about the student readiness and the parent. It's less about, I need that form. And so that's all gone away, and we're able to speak more about what the student needs and what the student needs moving forward. I will also say that during COVID, we had to make some pretty split-second decisions. And what Amy and I were able to do as our systems made changes based on vaccine requirements or in-person classes is actually push out notifications through the platform itself. So we weren't emailing students, we were just putting up banners. We didn't have to contact Canusia for that. We had a lot of that capability at our hands. Before this, that would have been almost impossible. So for us to be able to put up a banner with a hot link and get those messages out to our students in almost real time was truly a game changer. I'll agree with everyone and just say that this is a platform that is at once both incredibly user-friendly and at the same time responsive to your institution's needs. And that's why I love that we have made this move. We're still a little new, but all reports are that this is going to be transformative for our programs.
Hi, everybody. My name is Colleen Knudsen. I work with the College in the Schools program at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities campus. We have had the honor and privilege of working with Canusia over the last, well, we started working with them at least 2 years ago, 2 to 2.5 years ago, and have had a wonderful experience working with Avi and Melissa and the whole team at Canusia. So I share just glowing response to this relationship we've cultivated with Canusia. When we first started thinking about choosing a new tool for managing our program, one of the things that was of prime importance for us was wrapping our heads around and figuring out a way to manage our student registrations and enrollment. We have upwards of about 10,000 students each year, which equates to about 14,000 course registrations that have to be processed and managed each academic year. And hard to believe, but prior to Canusia, we actually did only paper registrations. So we had upwards of 14 to 15,000 sheets of paper that got printed out and then were managed by hand data entry into our previous process. So first and foremost, Canusia has helped us to save a lot of trees and, of course, bottom line budget. That was a great savings for us to not have to buy all that paper. But above and beyond just the physical change of how we manage those pieces of information is the amount of time that has been saved. So no longer do we have a team of extras that are brought in just to do data entry, which of course was both time and money spent. But the amount of time that it takes from a student to submit their registration request and have it go live in our U of M system went from what was previously anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. 2 weeks to 2 months previously is now down to 3 to 5 working days. And in many cases, it is even less than that. And that's been a huge efficiency. As well, the literal wear and tear on our enrollment services staff, the reduction in stress, the literal less keyboarding that they have to do has really made their jobs not only quicker and faster, but it has allowed them to have time and headspace to think about other questions, improvements in how do we continue to serve our students beyond just the registration. But it has been certainly not just an efficiency, but a joy to be able to use this particular product. In particular, I want to talk a little bit about during COVID. So we were fortunate that we were able to start using the registration process using Canusia the academic year before COVID. So it was in place almost a full academic year before runaway, go home COVID hit the world. But to be honest with you, if that hadn't been in place and we were still relying on that paper-oriented process, it would have meant that some of our staff would have been at potentially higher risk for COVID because they would have been required to come into the office on a regular basis to do that handling of that paper. But because Canusia allows us to work electronically, we're in the cloud with that information in a very safe and secure manner, it really allowed for all of our staff to be able to continue to work remotely through COVID, be equally responsive to our teachers and our students, and really do those registrations in a timely manner. And we're just so very, very thankful that we had Canusia already in place pre-COVID. And I know if you choose Canusia, you'll find similar experiences for yourself.
All right, my name is Jenna Roth. I'm the Dean of High School Partnerships and Community Outreach at WSU Tech in Wichita, Kansas. And we are not as large as Colleen's program. We have about 3,000 students, about 14,000 credit hours a semester. One of the biggest outcomes, we're actually in our baby phase of all of the implementation. So this is our first semester we just finished up the first part of our first semester of rolling out using the software. So we actually grew 10.4% this fall in enrollment. And I really do believe that a large portion of that was as a result of being able just to work with students and the outreach that was possible. And honestly, the ease of the steps, the process for students to get through, as well as our high school partners. So we're in South Central Kansas, but we have partners in both directions, 3 hours away. So we kind of find ourselves traveling across the state. This has allowed us to not have to use paper. We had the same motto of save the trees. So because we were doing a lot of things via paper and spreadsheets as well. So this has really allowed us to do a lot of those pieces. It's also, we consider ourselves the stair step into higher education for high school students and parents. We have a lot of first generation students. This allowed us to somewhat hold their hands as they learn the process of, requesting a transcript and going through all those different pieces and utilizing our college software to do those types of things. So it really empowered a lot of our students too in those steps. The wear and tear on my staff, I have a small team for both the implementation phase. So I was really working with one person. We have a funky tech, and then we had one person on our IT team that we worked with to get everything implemented. So you can do it with a small staff, you can do it with a large staff for implementation, is what we've learned from this. And really the biggest piece of that is Avi and Melissa both were really great with working. If there was something that either wasn't going over or wasn't feeding in correctly to our system, we're an Aleutian banner school. We were able to kind of work through all the different steps that were, whether it was on our end or on their end, the communication was fast and it flowed very well, which was really important with a small team trying to implement something this large for us to utilize. So those were all really big pieces for us. As far as feedback we've received from our school partners, they like the ability to kind of see where their students are in the process. So it's electronic. They can just go in and check. This student said that they filled out their application last night at home. Did they really do it? Yes, they really did it. So those are just big pieces. They like their ability to be involved because they're our kids, but they're our students and they're also their students. So it really has helped us grow our partnership on that side too. So I look forward to the opportunity to continue to grow our program in a quality way. So, and I really do think that Canusia has helped us and will continue to help us on that side.